he will lead an opening prayer. Please step forward. Thank you, Sheikh. With the screen is MPS Media and sound is DG Solari with the Willow Still.
صلوا على النبي الكريم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار اللهم اجعل اجتماعنا هذا اجتماعا مرحوما وتفرقنا بعده تفرقا معصوما ولا تجعل فينا شقيا ولا محروما سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين الحمد لله.
Alhamdulillah, after an opening prayer and the symbol of unity and progress of our nation, the national anthem, the first part of the event will take the floor as I will invite a leader who sees the ICT not as a tool but as a possibilities, not just as a system but as solution, not just as an innovation but as empowerment, a leader of youth and innovation ecosystem of Katsina State and Northwest and Ariwa at large, Malan Naufal Ahmad, the DG KATDICT, to set the tone for this dinner. Please put your hands together as I invite a pilot of ICT of Katsina State, Malan Naufal Ahmad. They call him a youthful youth of all time. Please join me in welcoming Malan Naufal Ahmad once again. Thank you. I like this abada.
Thank you very much. The Chief of Staff, the Honorable SA to the Governor on Youth and Sport, leaders of the ecosystem, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Tonight is not a night for speeches. A lot has been done in Kano. We're here to celebrate, to recount what happened in Kano, and to just in a very casual setting also discuss what Katsina has been up to as far as this journey of building a tech-driven economy is concerned, with respect to Katsina, of course. So I'll try and keep it as brief as possible. What we're trying to achieve in Katsina is simple yet profound. His Excellency created a new agency, which we have the privilege of leading, with a simple mandate of leading the digital transformation of Katsina State. But this mandate has two sides, as I always say. Within the government, His Excellency wants us to digitize, to automate all government processes, which brings about a lot of benefits, which we believe will make government run more efficiently, cheaper, and will bring about a lot of transparency and accountability. But on the other hand, outside the government, we're a catalytic agency, which means we are responsible for creating an enabling environment for the tech ecosystem to thrive. And that's exactly what we've been doing. Within the government, Katsina State Government under His Excellency Malan Duko Umar's leadership has made huge investments in infrastructure that is required for us to achieve this vision, from laying fiber optic cables to building state-owned data centers, to so much more within the government, and to building the platforms on which this digital transformation is happening. A lot has happened, but let me make a reference. One of the first things we did after getting into office, His Excellency mandated our agency to collaborate with other agencies to bring about what is called the TSA, Treasury Single Account. What does this do? It consolidates the state financial ecosystem, from budget and planning to finance and to revenue generation. And I'm happy to announce that that platform has gone live. And is already saving the government a lot of money, as well as ramping up our internally generated revenue. So for Katsina State as a government, tech is not what is heard of, it is what is experienced. Now, this is just one among many examples I could give. Now, I can also talk to you about the investment on infrastructure. Because His Excellency is very serious about making sure that we have the infrastructure that is required to lead this digital transformation, he waived completely the right-of-way charges, which saw the interest from telcos and all the infrastructure companies go from 0 to more than 300%, out of which some companies came in to even volunteer, or how do I put it, to, for free, lay hundreds tens of kilometers of fiber that connects all of our important government premises. And we're continuing to see more and more requests to lay this much needed infrastructure. For a lot of you, you know the significance of this infrastructure, but for some of us, they do not know. Let me paint a picture. Imagine wanting to access Katsina without any highway, without any airport, without any railway, for example. Is that feasible? It's not. Now, this is what infrastructure represents as far as digital transformation is concerned. So now all of the bottlenecks that would inhibit companies from wanting to come to Katsina to build infrastructure is completely removed. The cost of permits for right-of-way in Katsina is 0. That is a committed state. That is a committed leadership. Now, aside that, we have continued to answer so many questions that come with wanting to do a whole of government digital transformation. From infrastructure, we've talked about the issue of power in the speeches that you've seen. His Excellency is continuing to electrify all government offices with uninterrupted clean energy. So our digital transformation is not just digital transformation, it's also green. So we're running completely on solar energy as well. This digital transformation is also very inclusive. We've been mandated to take this connectivity to even the most remote part of the state. After we finished the fibering in the state, His Excellency said we have to take this connectivity to every local government. In every local government, there must be at least one digital touch point, and that's the local government secretariat, and that project is also coming up. Now, I can go on and on about what we've done in terms of infrastructure or legal and regulatory frameworks, but the night would not be enough. But the one thing I'm also very much interested is our commitment to the tech ecosystem. For the first time in Katsina State, the government is telling the innovators, the hub owners, the young people, that we see you, we believe in you, and we want to invest in you by passing the startup law in Katsina. We're the first subnational to not only pass the law, but also implement it. And His Excellency is the chairman of that council. And the council is not just populated by members of the government, for example. It's a combination of people from government, academia, and industry. But in this case, in the case of Katsina, we even included the people from the civic space. And what is this bill? It's not just the council, but it's also the fund. So you can say proudly in Katsina State, tech is no longer a hustle, it's a thriving sector. So these are some of the commitments that the state has made in, as I just creating us, ensuring that we're leading the whole of government digital transformation within the government, but also created us as a catalytic agency that catalyzes the growth of the ecosystem. And we have demonstrated in so many different ways our readiness, our commitment to continue to serve as enablers for the thriving ecosystem. And we would like to maintain that. We don't want to come in and take the jobs of, where is Josefa? Kirkira Innovation Hub or Lumi Lab. Whatever we're doing, we're just enabling them to carry on, because we believe this is the only way to sustain it beyond His Excellency's tenure. There's so much I would love to say, but I want to keep it short because we're here to eat and drink. So I'll keep it short, I'll keep it here, but one thing I would like each and every one of you here to leave with is that Katsina is ready to work with each and every one of you. Either you're a hub or you're a startup, Katsina is a prime destination for you. There's one project that we're very much excited about, is the Katsina Techville, which is a special economic zone, special digital economic zone, that is a home for each and every one of you. So it's not just a physical location, it's an idea that you can incorporate your business in Katsina from wherever you are in the world. You can get all the enabling policies, all the tax breaks that you need to build a strong global level company using that special economic zone. So please keep in touch with us. Please keep in touch with us. Follow us and harness the opportunities that we will be announcing very soon. But work is in progress. It's not a greenfield project, it's a brownfield project. There are existing structures, and we're just waiting for a few to align. We're going to continue to engage with you and partner with you in building a world-class digital economic zone in Katsina, but for all Nigerians. Thank you very much.
That has been a Toastmaster, Malan Naufal Ahmad. He has all the oratory skills. Please, more hands to Malan Naufal Ahmad for that thoughtful and forward-looking address. His Majesty has just given us direction, clarity, and new energy for today's engagement. Thank you. Once again, let's put our hands together for Malan Naufal Ahmad. Your Excellency, sir, before moving on to the next item, let me use this forum to introduce in our midst Charles Emembalu, Chairman of the Council for Creative Technology Features. Can you be on your feet, Charles? Is he here with us? Thank you. Also, we have Hanson Johnson. I like this name, Hanson Johnson. Look at your curve. I like it. Thank you for being here. Also, we have Samuel Jackson again. Samuel Jackson. Can I have you? Okay. All right, thank you. Also, we have Cynthia Orife. He is here in our midst. Thank you, Cynthia. We appreciate your coming. Also, we have Emmanuel Gabriel. Thank you, Emmanuel. Edward Esni. Wow, beautiful. We have Theodore Lanji. Is he with us? Thank you. Wow, see him at the back. You most welcome. Also, we have Daniel Chinagozi. Thank you, Mr. Daniel. We have Mr. Sogulle. Thank you for being here with us. Also in our midst, we have Alhaji Abdul Ganiyu Yakubu. Wow. We have Alhaji Idris Dangana. Thank you, Alhaji Idris. I think let's move. Moving on to the next item, which is a fireside chat. It is a relaxed and insightful conversation featuring key innovators and ecosystem leaders. They are all here with us. Let me verbally invite to the stage Alhaji Abdul Ghani Rufai, ISN. He's here. We have also the Director General KATDICT, Malan Naufal Ahmad, join us. Not with your teeth, please. We have also Delayed Uchi Aniche. Is he here? Also, we have Charles Emembelu, the Chairman of ISN. And a very good Samaritan to anchor this is Hajia Amira Matu. Is she here, Amira Matu? Wow, she is moving elegantly. You are welcome. I think it is a 20. All right, our moderator, are you ready? 20-minute presentation, please. Yeah, 20-minute presentation. Thank you.
Good morning. Oh, actually, it's evening. Sorry. Maybe. I'm in the UK, probably. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and you're welcome once again. My name is Amira Mato, and I'll be the moderator for this evening's fireside chat. I don't know, can you hear me from behind? The people from behind, if you can hear me, say yay. I can't hear you. Can you hear me? All right, all right. So I believe we've had a lot of speeches and panel sessions while we were in Kano. And this evening, we would want to have a conversation. We have people from the public sector, development sector, and the private sector. And we have a topic to discuss this evening, which is the future of startups and innovation in Nigeria. So I don't know, my panelists, are you ready? All right, can I shoot? All right, so it's no news that Nigeria, we have a rising policy. Okay, we have young population of youth, right? Or rising population of youth. And then we also have rising digital adoption, because we have amongst us very bold innovators building solutions across fintech, agri-tech, and beyond. So today I would want to start the conversation with a bigger picture question. I'll start with my right hand, obviously, with our host, Mr. Naufal. The question is, from your own perspective, what is the single biggest shift happening in Nigeria's startup ecosystem right now? Looking at Kaduna, sorry, I'm from Kaduna, that's why. Looking at Katsina State as a case study. Should I repeat the question? Okay. So what do you think is, the biggest shift happening currently?
Okay. Thank you very much for that question. I think a lot is happening in the Nigerian tech and African tech ecosystem. But I think the one thing that is visible as far as we are concerned is governments waking up to what is possible with the tech and the innovation economy. Nearly all of the major successes that Nigeria has recorded happened with little or no help from the government, right? But now, even subnationals like my state, for example, is waking up to the opportunities that are available to create jobs for young people. I'm looking at it from the government perspective. And also how to bring about changes in how government is being run. So as far as I am concerned, this is a major shift that is happening. Like I said in my little address, that tech in most states and more part of the country is no longer a hustle. It's a thriving sector. The governments now are beginning to see that if we invest in infrastructure, if we invest in building capacity, for example, we can have a unicorn in our state. That's $1 billion idea.
All right.
And even from the federal government, they've realized that they want to build $1 trillion economy. And they've realized that the best way to do it is through tech. So that's the shift I'm seeing, and that's the shift I'm here for. That's the shift I'm excited about.
Okay, so if I get it clearly, you mean that the government being involved fully is one of the biggest shifts that has ever happened. Okay, so I'm going to ask this. It's still related to this. Yeah, I'll still come back. And Mr. Charles, he has said the government is now being involved because they want to build $1 trillion industry, yeah? So do you think public-private partnership is one of those things to consider, part of this shift? Because, you know, at times the government wouldn't want to partner with, let's say, a startup in any way. So I don't know, how do you think about the PPP in this sector?
Thank you very much. I think that the first thing to understand is that there's a major transition that happened in the last 2 to 4 years, I would say. Post-COVID, before COVID, there was a lot of innovation and tech happening across the country. But what happened was that most of the players or the leaders were outside of the public sector, completely outside. A lot of them adopted the approach of a looter. So they just went on rampage, used their Twitter handles effectively, and just kept complaining. Post-COVID, 2 things happened. First of all is that we all weren't sure we were going to make it out alive. So there was fear. But then it led to something second happening. Public sector started realizing that technology was critical for their survival. Most organizations that wouldn't use a Zoom or Teams, even though they paid the Microsoft licenses, suddenly realized and started using it. That was my personal experience. So post-COVID, I don't know if it's by chance, but we've seen a lot more. One of our founding directors is your counterpart in Anambra. Prior to that, another of our founding members, Deza from Jos, was in a similar role, now at the federal in tech, and so on. I mean, the list can go on, and in fact, the current minister typically belongs to a community like this, for Minister for a Digital Economy. Now, coming to your question specifically, what that has done is that it has simplified or made it easier for public-private partnerships in our sector to materialize well. Before then, what you found was that most people in the public sector saw these young guys who were always castigating them as competition. So they tried to always build parallel structures. But that is beginning to change. For instance, if you look at Katsina passing the bill for startup into an act and seeing the close handshake between the private sector. I mean, I was privileged to visit some of the plants they have at the free zone, the tech